Welcome to Local Business Spotlight. I am here with Jason Bridges of Bridges Health Insurance. Welcome to the Local Business Spotlight.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm Travis Egan, my mortgage guy, VA Home Loan Specialist, NMLS 655284. Like I said, each week we try to pick a local business that gives a 5-star experience, whether it be a business, a service, or an experience. You kind of do all three. So let's start with this, Jason. I always like to ask the question, what makes you kind of special? What got you into it? I know a lot of people. I know for me, a lot didn't even know that private health insurance still exists.
It does. The difference between a public market insurance and a private market insurance is you have to deal with an agent to do the private coverage stuff. So the benefit to me is I will help you shop both ends of the spectrum. And if the public market is where you belong, then that's where I try to steer you.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you have the ability to sit down with someone and look and say, hey, does private health insurance make sense for you?
Right.
And if it doesn't, and we're in an open enrollment period, then you can advise them, hey, the private or the public option may be a better route for you because of your specific set of circumstances.
Correct.
Okay.
The pros and cons of both are the pros and cons of the public market is the exact same thing. It is based off of your income, and it's what is called guaranteed issue. So
Okay.
everybody can have it. You are swimming in the same risk pool as everybody else. So if you don't have any pre-existing conditions, major pre-existing conditions, or daily medications, or if you're low income and you need a subsidy to get the cost down, then that's where you need to be. But the risk pool factor is what creates the larger deductibles and the higher premiums outside of the subsidy. The private market is based off of your health. So if you're relatively healthy, you get a chance to have a lot richer benefits with a lot more bang for your buck, so to speak, on the premium cost.
Right. And I know, so I'd like to ask this question, and I appreciate you delineating that because I think that's an important distinction. Who is it good for? So if someone is watching this, if someone right now is watching this Local Business Spotlight, who if they say, oh yeah, no, that's me, I'm the person that this is for, who would that be for traditionally? I mean, I understand
Traditionally, private market insurance is designed for the self-employed, the 1099 contracted employee, the business owner, or the person that knows going into health insurance that they're going to just have to pay full cost for it anyway.
So that they can shop it.
So they can shop it that way. That way, going into it that you're going to pay full cost, whether it's income or a certain lifestyle circumstance or something like that. You're going to pay the full cost for the insurance, and you're not going to get a subsidy, whether you need it or whether you want it or whatever the case may be. So you just want to know going into it. Nobody loves health insurance.
Right.
Nobody does.
Right.
Everybody knows it's a hot topic a lot of times during this COVID era and whatnot, and nobody loves it. You didn't wake up today going, you know what, today's a good day to shop health insurance. So,
likely true.
That's where I kind of come in as an advisor. Even though I do have products directly to sell, I just want to be the advisor and give you a good experience. I want to educate you at the same time, teach you what the different networks are, and find out just what best fits your needs and budget, really. And if it's not a product that I sell directly, I have avenues and referral partners and ways to get you pointed in the right direction, make sure you're still took care of.
And I can honestly attest to this. Customers that I have referred to Jason over the years there have been times when you could have pushed the sale and they would have gone with it because they trust you and they trust me.
Right.
But they looked at it and you're like, no, this really isn't in your best interest, which I personally find incredibly valuable when I meet a business partner who will take the time to say, my solution isn't the best solution. Right. Here's a better solution. Because it's not necessarily in your best interest, but it's in the customer's best interest.
Absolutely.
The other thing, and we kind of touched on it, but I think it's an important thing too, is I know in the past you've helped some of my customers who one of the spouses may be fully insured by their work or subsidized by their work, but the spouse and the children don't get any benefit from the employer, so they're paying full ride
Right.
for their significant other, their spouse, and their children. And in a case like that, sometimes it makes sense to take that other significant other and children
Correct.
and get a private policy, correct?
Correct. So generally speaking, your employer is going to pick up somewhere around 60 to 80% of your premium. A lot of people don't even realize that. They think that their policy is supposed to be $50 or $100 a paycheck, and that's what they think it costs, and that's not the case. So they're going to generally pick up 60 to 80% of it if your employer's, stellar at benefits. They may pay all of it just for the employee, like you're talking about, but they're not doing the family, just
Right.
because that gets astronomical sometimes. So yeah, I can swoop in sometimes and be able to advise you to keep that policy with your employer, and then we can explore the options for the spouse and children. Simply because those spouse and children could be somewhere in the neighborhood, spouse and 3 kids, you're looking somewhere in the neighborhood of $800 or $1,000 extra on certain premiums and certain benefits. If I could come in and everybody's relatively healthy enough to go the private market route, you could get almost the exact same benefits that they're offering for maybe $400 to $600 or somewhere in that, those are some round numbers just off the top of my head, but $100 or $200 is $100 or $200 these days.
Yeah, it's your gas or whatever.
I mean, absolutely. So, and you get the more bang for the buck. So that's really kind of how.
And then the last thing I really wanted to kind of touch on, because I think it's important, is you don't just do private health insurance. You also offer, like an employer would, dental and vision as well.
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely. We have other options too. So there's dental and vision. There's accident protector. Accident protector is exactly what it says it is. It's a blanket coverage of $10,000 or $15,000 that immediately comes off the top when you have an accident and it's billed correctly. There's income protector, which could be up to $1,500 a month, up to 12 months.
It's like a disability insurance.
It's exactly like that kind of short-term work compensation disability insurance. So, and those are all bits and pieces of the policy and the plans, which is why I like to have that conversation with someone, do a screen share if they're out of state, because I am licensed in 30 separate states. They can see the coverage live. They go through the options together with me. We literally sit down together and figure out what they want, what they don't want, what they like and what they don't like, and put it together.
So it's kind of it's almost like a buffet. They could pick what they want, right? They could pick the pieces they need.
There are several portions that are a la carte, absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Jason. And I can honestly attest, as someone who has introduced several of my clients to Jason specifically, that he takes the time, one, to find out what the customers what they have, and sometimes it's as much that they don't know what they have, so helping educate them as to what they have, and then kind of looking at, sometimes they have more coverage than they need, sometimes they don't have enough coverage, and really kind of helping them figure out what the best plan is for them. And then once again, if your plan is the best plan for them, obviously you encourage that, but if it's not, you will also say, hey, there may be another opportunity somewhere else. And you work with them. So I am grateful for that. Thank you. And I can honestly tell you, anyone in your friends, your family, or your coworkers that this may be, that are looking for health insurance or have complained about the cost of health insurance, I would highly recommend you reach out to Jason. How's the best way for someone to get a hold of you? We have your link for your business page. They could message you there, but where else could they?
I do have the bridgeshealthinsurance.com, Bridges Health Insurance on Facebook. I have actually recently converted my Instagram to a business page, and it's Bridges Health Insurance as well. I think it comes up both ways if you search for me or the Bridges Health Insurance.
And then you're tagged personally. I tagged you personally in this
Right.
as well. So however you can get a hold of him, I think you or the people that you introduce him to will be grateful. So thank you for watching Local Business Spotlight. I am Travis Egan, my mortgage guy, VA Home Loan Specialist in Clarksville, Tennessee, NMLS number 655284. I'm here with Jason Bridges of Bridges Health Insurance. So thanks for watching. See you next Thursday.